Each of us holds tremendous, untapped gifts within, seeds of immense creative power awaiting germination. Secret esoteric traditions have long possessed the knowledge for awakening these latent human abilities by training the mind in specific ways. One of the most influential modern revealers of this ancient wisdom was 33-degree Freemason Manly P. Hall, who showed how adepts in their secret society could reshape their outer world by precisely directing subtle inner energies. In his seminal work, The Secret Teachings of All Ages, Manly P. Hall explained how the mystery schools of ancient civilizations recognized tremendous dormant gifts within the properly trained human mind. Through specific imaginative and contemplative practices, could reach beyond normal limits into expanded states of enhanced intuition, boundless creativity, and even godlike abilities to guide the fate of people and nations. The legendary Emerald Tablets hint that vast innate capacities are hidden within each of us, waiting to be developed. Humans contain far greater potential than they know. The fraction recognized by the average person is only enough to fulfill mundane destinies. By recovering the arcane mental technologies used by ancient magicians, sages, and mystics across cultures, Hall believed we too could unlock our highest faculties and seize control of our destinies from within by learning to direct subtle interior energies in precise ways to structure our exterior experiences. Focused thought and imagination are tangible shapers of reality, tools for the mind to generate worlds consciously. Unwavering concentration, vivid sensory imagination, iron-willed intent. Through intense, single-pointed concentration, we can firmly impress desires beyond fleeting thoughts into the receptive depths of the subconscious mind where all experiences originate. Repeatedly visualizing desired results vividly in the imagination conditions our nervous system over time to expect and attract this outcome into physical actuality. By mastering concentration, imagination, and will, we reclaim dominion over our divine creative inheritance sleeping dormant within. Our thoughts, emotions, and visions become like psychic seeds planted in the fertile soil of consciousness, eventually crystallizing through sustained mental focus into the circumstances of our personal reality. The mind sculpts destiny itself as malleable subjective clay, readily moldable into new forms by the trained hands of visionary artists and mystics who grasp the invisible tools for consciously reshaping their experience based on an enlightened understanding of life's hidden occult mechanisms. Now, let's dive deeper into the Freemasons. Remnants of this ancient body of esoteric knowledge were preserved through secret societies like the Freemasons. Behind multiple layers of allegory, symbolism, and ritual, the highest-ranking 33rd-degree Masons learned genuine techniques for focusing reality-shaping forces of mind beyond the bounds of physical law. In his books, The Secret Teachings of All Ages and The Lost Keys of Freemasonry, Hall himself was one of the few outsiders to gain access to this privileged knowledge after completing the arduous degrees of initiation. Hall came to discover that unwavering mental discipline unlocks incredible faculties extending far beyond ordinary limits, just as the ancients taught in their mystery schools. Thought becomes the seed, imagination the roots, belief the soil from which tangible realities grow. The illumined mind's eye views etheric blueprints in the Akashic field of possibilities. As within, so without. Focused awareness alone reveals the doors of perception. universal source continuously pours infinite abundance. This esoteric knowledge enables humanity to rediscover our innate reality-shaping gifts and learn to consciously create with wisdom and compassion. Stillness and meditation align us with inner guidance from higher aspects of our being. Contemplating symmetry and beauty in nature reconnects us to divine order, resonating with the sacred geometries underpinning all creation. Those rare individuals who dedicate fully to the path of self-mastery and integration of mind, body, and spirit can eventually learn to transcend perceived limitations, accomplish non-local healing, rearrange the raw elements of their personal experiences, and unlock many other latent soul abilities. Yet the greater the inner power cultivated through these esoteric practices, the greater the responsibility to wield such abilities ethically and judiciously, with non-attached humility and compassion for others. The pitfalls of pride, hubris, and selfishness must be carefully avoided for the highest wisdom path to unfold smoothly. All mystical knowledge must be grounded in love, empathy, and service, not inflated egoic desire. We each have a unique part to play in the cosmic song. May we honor the sages who preserved this wisdom for centuries while avoiding secrecy and elitism. The doors of inner perception remain open to all earnest truth seekers willing to apply the mental keys. How will you choose to compose your movement in the greater symphony of creation and becoming? The concept of the astral body in Freemasonry has its roots in the ancient Egyptian and Indian traditions, where it was known as the Ka. The Ka was believed to be a spiritual or energetic body that surrounded the physical body and possessed the power of locomotion and survival after death. Similarly, the astral body in Freemasonry is believed to be a spiritual or energetic body that surrounds the physical body and is said to possess the power of locomotion and survival after death. While the Freemasons do not use the term Ka specifically, their concept of the astral body is similar to the Ka in ancient Egyptian and Indian traditions. Dr. Doreal, who has a connection with the Great White Lodge, which also works through the Pyramid Priesthood, was instructed to recover and return to the Great Pyramid, the ancient emerald tablets of Tehuti. This was accomplished, but before returning them, Doreal was permitted to translate and retain a copy of the wisdom engraved on the tablets. This was done in 1925, and now permission has been given for that translation by Doreal to be published solely through the Brotherhood of the White Temple. The Masons surely had older translations from these tablets. This is just the most recent translation. We'll be quoting from Dr. Doreal's translation of the Emerald Tablets, which are the ancient source of the majority of Masonic wisdom. All esoteric knowledge in human existence traces back over 10,000 years to ancient Egypt, known in the native language as Kemet, meaning land of blacks, referring to the original ethnicity of the Nile Valley civilization. The factual origins stem from the legendary intelligencer Tehuti or Jehuti, the self-proclaimed Atlantean priest-king whom the Egyptians worshipped as a god, or Neteru. Revered since remote prehistory as the bringer of articulate speech, writing, mathematics, astronomy, and initiator of humanity into the mystical doctrines of nature. To the Greeks, he was known as Thoth, and later as Hermes Trismegistus, thrice greatest, to the Romans and European alchemists. As a text titled Virgin of the World relates this mysterious figure, it is he who decides that credit should be given to souls that are loved for their marvelous accomplishments. For the priests of Heliopolis, Tehuti embodied the primordial creative potency itself, called Hekau by them, which formed the material universe through the harmonic resonance of divine ideas, emanating from the integral unity of original, undifferentiated consciousness. To awaken affinity with Hekau meant transcending all limitations of physical existence by surrendering the individualized ego identity into a merger with this cosmic creative flow state, allowing the divine capacities of effortless manifestation attributed mythically to Ptah and other Neteru, deities or principles in nature, to operate through the crystallized vehicle of the fully actualized initiate, metaphorically referred to in temple inscriptions as Osirified or spiritually illuminated. Therein arose the core mystical teaching, elegantly summarized in Tehuti's own words: "I gave human beings command over divine creative force. Wherefore all deeds are done by the skilled manipulation of Hekau under the guidance of evolving intuition and at the direction of liberating wisdom. And the miracles become mere extensions of natural law and activity." The priests of Heliopolis learned from Tehuti's teachings that by using their imaginative faculties and tapping into the primordial power of Hekau, they could bring their high ideals into reality quickly and effectively. This was achieved through a combination of focused imagination and a deep understanding of natural cosmic principles, which allowed them to harness the power of their willpower and align themselves with the centripetal source attractor. This ancient knowledge has been lost over time, but it holds the key to effective consciousness projection and the ability to manifest one's desires. Through this knowledge, the Kemetic masters accomplished incredible feats starting in prehistory and continuing for thousands of years by directing Hekau through specific rituals, mantras, trance states, and other mystical practices, thus awakening latent senses and abilities still lying dormant within all human nervous systems when appropriately stimulated and unlocked through precise training. While this esoteric knowledge originated in cultures and ages very different from our postmodern society, the universal principles remain relevant and profoundly empowering when adapted to our modern lives. Daily meditation and time spent alone in nature cultivate the unwavering concentration necessary to impress desires firmly into the receptive subconscious and access expanded states of awareness beyond normal limits. Vividly visualizing and emotionally feeling desired outcomes as already accomplished conditions our nervous system to expect and attract this reality through the innate creative powers hidden within. Aligning our intentions with our higher purpose and the greatest good provides the fuel for focused willpower to drive this internal genesis process from mental seed to external manifestation. Observing and understanding the sacred geometric formations, symmetries, and fractal patterns found throughout nature harmonically reconnects us to the creative source underlying all existence. Chanting, song, dance, poetry, art, and other creative expressions align our energies with cosmic forces of life and liberation, allowing a free flow of inspiration and intuition. There are no limits to focused minds aligned with the cosmic plan of love and light. How will you write the next chapter in humanity's immortal journey?